Hey everyone, so today's look is inspired by Link from Legend of Zelda. He is one of my favorite characters from one of my favorite games ever. If there's one thing that anyone knows about me, it is that I'm a huge Legend of Zelda fan. That's what this tattoo right here is for, if you've ever noticed it. I plan on getting a second one here hopefully very soon. I don't know if I'm going to do a Triforce, or I thought it would be fun to stick with the threes and do like 3 rupees here. It's just one of my favorite games. It's so much fun. Just the story of it, the characters, just the gameplay is just, I love it. I've loved it since I was a kid. I played it with my brother and my dad. It just brings up a lot of good memories for me too. I know this isn't a very everyday wearable look, but I personally love it. Like, I wish I was going out right now or something, because I think this is really good just going out look if you want to be super flashy and dramatic, I guess. So if you're interested to see how I got this Zelda inspired look, continue watching.
Alright, so first things first, I'm going to prime my eyes, as usual, using MAC Painterly Paint Pot. Now normally I set this down, but for some reason it totally slipped my mind, and I forgot to on that side, so I'm going right into my crease. I'm using lace, and this is in the Vice 3 palette, I believe it is, from Urban Decay, and I'm just going to place that into my crease as my transition color. This is purely just to help the greens blend better. Next I'm going into Urban Decay Electric palette, and I'm using Freak. I'm going to place that on the outer part of my eye and the inner part of my eye. We're going to go for a green halo eye effect. To darken up the edges of the halo, I'm going to go with Junkie from the Vice 3 palette, and I'm basically just going to place that in the same places I placed Freak, but I'm not going to bring it all the way over. I want to have Freak still peeking through. I'm just creating more depth. It's all about having a good balance here. If I felt like I didn't have enough Freak showing through, I actually went back and I placed more of it until there was a good blend. And to give it even further depth, I'm using this dark green. This is Forest in the Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette. And I'm placing that in the same areas. And once again, I'm not dragging it fully over to cover the other shadows. I'm just placing it on the edge of the other two. After blending it where I want to on the edges, I now want to connect the two sides. I'm using a really fluffy brush and a light hand for this. I didn't want that dark color to come off super dark in my crease, so I just very lightly dip my brush into Forest, and I'm just blending like crazy to connect the two sides and drag the little bit of color from each side. I'm not gonna lie, I was blending for like way too long to get this done. If I had a little bit of a lighter green, that probably would have made this easier, but working with what I got. For the middle shade, I'm going to go in with Blitzed in the Vice 3 palette also, and please don't mind my dirty palette. And I'm just first going to go in with that eyeshadow dry, and then I wanted it more shiny and foiled looking. So I sprayed my brush with some Fix Plus. Before finishing the eyes, I wanted to do my face, and I'm using this NYX Born to Glow Illuminating Primer to prime with. And I'm not gonna lie, I love this stuff. It makes me feel so nice and dewy and hydrated. And I'm actually going to go in with a second primer. I'm using the Professional by Benefit, and I'm basically just using that to fill in my fine lines and wrinkles on my forehead and around my mouth. I feel like it really stops any foundation from sinking into those spots. And today I'm going in with Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum. This is just slightly light on me. I promise it doesn't look as pale as it does on camera. It's because I'm leaning towards my lights too much, but in person it matches a lot better. I could probably go a shade darker though. And I'm using a dampened Real Technique sponge to blend everything in. This seems to be the best way to not have cakey foundation with my dry skin. For concealer, I'm going in with my Maybelline Fit Me and Naked Skin combo. I'm just going to do a couple stripes of the Fit Me and then a couple stripes of the Naked Skin. And I'm first going to blend that using a concealer brush for more precision, and then I'm going to blend it further using my Beauty Blender. To set and bake a little bit under my eyes, I'm going to use the RCMA No Color Powder. That is really messy, as you can see here. That's the only thing I don't like about it. The packaging is just really inconvenient. And I'm just going to place that under my eyes using my dampened Beauty Blender. I guess it's a Real Technique sponge, but whatever, same thing. And to even out my face, I'm going to highlight my nose, my forehead, and my chin using NYX Sculpt and Highlight. And once again, I'm going to blend that out using my dampened sponge. And before continuing, I'm going to just brush off the rest of that powder. Today I felt like cream contouring, so I'm using that Sculpt and Highlight stick again. And I'm just placing a stripe right underneath my cheekbones. And I'm going to blend that upwards using the brush I used for my concealer. To make it more natural and blend it in, I went over it using my Real Technique sponge as well. Pretty much use that for everything. And then I just went over everywhere with a very light layer of the RCMA powder, so my other powders will lay evenly. Now to bronze my skin a little bit, I'm going in with my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soufflé. For blush today, I'm going to use my little tiny size Dandelion by Benefit. I wanted to clean up my contour a little, so I used some of my Airspun powder, and I placed that right underneath my contour on my jawline. For highlight, I'm going in with my Strobe of Genius NYX palette, and I'm using this champagne color and the gold color mixed together. I'm also using that same mix on the inner corners of my eye. And I'm also using that for an eyebrow highlight. For the lower lash line, I'm going back in with all of the green colors I used. Going in with Freak, then Junkie, then Forest. And I'm just placing that on the outer edge of my eye each time. I didn't get it on film, but I placed Timber, I believe it is, by ColourPop in my waterline. It's like a dark green. So I'm going to curl my eyelashes real quick, and then I'm going to apply a primer. This is by Smashbox, I believe. And then I'm going to apply a couple coats of Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. So for lips, I did this lip combination and I didn't like it in the end. I thought it turned out too dark. I used Button Lip Liner by ColourPop along with the Oh Snap Lippy Stick. Ended up wiping most of it off to get more of a nude lip, and I went in with my NYX Mirage lipstick. And that's a completed look. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know how you liked it. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.